Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
The International Real Estate Expo 2017 was held recently in Mumbai. Leading real estate developers and investment firms from over 14 countries, including the US, UK, UAE and Australia, participated in the expo to attract investments in international real estate and premium luxury properties from high net worth and wealthy individuals from all across India. The expo served as an innovative meeting platform that brought international real estate developers face to face with individual and corporate investors, real estate agents, property marketing companies, and professionals from the Indian market. Through the show, the exhibitors created brand awareness and exposure in the fast-growing Indian market for international real estate.
We're delighted to be showcasing the Royal Atlantis residences here at IREX in Mumbai. We have a significant number of Indian clients that purchase with us in Dubai, and as such we wanted to bring the project here and showcase at the exhibition.
We're looking at a lot of interest coming out of the Mumbai market. For us, we've had very strong interest in our migration products and also direct investment into New Zealand. The investment market has been growing very strongly. We've found, especially in the last 12 months, the demand has come higher and higher. We as the Conrad Group have been in the Indian market regularly for the last 6 to 12 months, and we're seeing the increase in sales volume because of that.
As a business, we have 60 projects that are located within London and the surrounding areas. At this event, we're actually promoting 3 specific developments that we've got an exceptional range of both value and investment offerings. And then off the back of that, again, we'll be launching additional projects over the coming months.
Actually, this is the first time in India. We were thinking of trying last year, but finally happened this year. It looks like a very interesting market. There is a lot of potential, I believe. And even though it's not mature at the time being, but I think it's a good time to enter the market.
IREX exhibition is giving us the opportunity to present not only the product but also the city, to showcase that there is a lot of opportunities there to capitalize on. And I'm very, very much pleased with how this event is being organized. The turnout has been very fantastic. In all, it's been an unbelievable experience. It is been an unbelievable experience, and to be honest, we can't wait to be back.
It's a wonderful event. It's a great chance for us to see India for the first time, establish the right connections. We've seen a lot of people, potential clients, potential associates, so we hope to build on that and develop our relationship with this country and for the benefit of our company and, of course, for the Indian people.
We had quite a few clients coming in our booth where we had the chance to introduce our company and our developments, but at the same time we had a number of people that they are associates, so I would say this event is both B2C as well as B2B. We see a rising interest from Indians to come and invest in Cyprus. The reason for that is because of the 2 immigration programs that our government has available now and which run parallel to the investment in properties in Cyprus, and that actually give the benefits to the investor to not only to invest in property but at the same time apply on either of the 2 immigration programs, either the permanent residency visa or the Cyprus citizenship, which is like a safe for them and their family.
We have few inquiries coming in, but we are expecting more to come in, more genuine, very good potential ones.
We realize that the Indian market, which is a new market for us, there are people interested. Mostly everything started from Indian people living in UK, but slowly we realize that there are investors coming from Indian origin, the mainland of India. So we decided to come over, and we realized that yes, there is demand. There are people that are interested in investing in Europe,
We have some expats. We have a big expat community staying around Nana and Osok area in Bangkok. So we have a lot of growth in terms of foreigners that come to Bangkok and invest. And in terms of the IREX event, we have a lot of investors from the past year, some participants from Thailand, and now we are expecting a few customers coming in, and mostly agents also for our project.
As part of the expo, IREX and Knight Frank India's joint report, Looking Beyond Borders, was launched. Following the launch, Dr. Samantak Das, Chief Economist and National Director at Knight Frank India, gave a presentation that provided insights into the findings of the Looking Beyond Borders report.
Whenever we talk of houses abroad, suddenly we think of luxury homes, chalets and all those things. But today I'll be talking about mainstream housing. These are the focus countries in the sense that these countries have shown maximum interest in terms of queries, in terms of sales. So while doing the overall analysis, we have taken into account all the 10 countries together. So that's one analysis we have done, the top 10 countries, what are the results, and then we have gone into these top 6 countries individually to understand the buying behavior. Now coming to the real estate immovable property investment, if you see the proportion has really come down, 8-12% previous years, now it's 1%. So that's extremely low. But the cake has increased tremendously because there are 2-3 categories we have seen under this LRS: the travel, the children's education, and helping close relatives. These are the 3 categories which have really, swelled up. It has gone up exponentially in the last 2 years. So as a proportion, real estate has come down to 1%. But if you see the quantum jump, that's exactly what we are trying to say. It has gone up 60 times, nearly 60 times in the last 11 years. We have analyzed top 5 countries for the investment purpose. Top 5 countries, an investor just entering in 2012, 5 years, 2017, he or she has exited. So this is the type of return that they have got just because of house price movement and exchange rate movement without rental yields. So we see the maximum return is in Dubai, it's around 50%, followed by Australia, and then you have UK. Cyprus, of course, is a story where we see that last 5 years the investment is not really in the green. But then if you talk of Cyprus, of course, the rental yields are around 4-5% per annum. So it could be probably, in the neutral region. But then if you talk of an investor today who wants to invest international property outside today, not yet invested, would find Cyprus cheaper than if she or he had invested 1 year back. And if you see, the exchange rate is really helping the resident Indians, because in the last 1 year, against all the countries other than Dubai, I think INR has become stronger. Now coming quickly to the behavioral aspects of consumers, the resident Indians while buying a property abroad. So this is overall analysis of all 10 countries taken together. The share of queries in the total queries during these 3 years, we have seen that the queries from resident Indians have increased. The proportion has increased from 11% to 15%. So that's the way the queries from resident Indians have really gone up in all the 10 countries that I have shown taken together. If you see the sales as a proportion, it's anywhere between 6 to 8% in the last 3 years. That's also, I think, quite substantial in terms of value. Who are the people buying from India, resident Indians? I think it's mainly the business people and traders. These are the 2 categories. Professionals like us is just a small fraction of 7%, but I think maximum is in the either traders or business people, industrialists.
coming up after the break. Manisha Natarajan talks to leading real estate consultants and international exhibitors to understand the best investment opportunities in residential properties overseas.
So, ladies and gentlemen, having anchored more than 2,000 hours of live business news, including key events such as the Union Budget, Economic Survey, Credit, Policy and Tax Roundtables, she currently hosts a weekly show, Urban Reality, on India's most watched business news channel, CNBC TV18. Can we give Manisha a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, and thank you for having me here. There are many reasons all of us do want to move out. And I think the biggest of it is that there is a substantial jump in the quality of lives that you will get in the countries participating today and vying for your and my money. Now the question is, should you go there? Why should you go there? And which destination should you be headed for? Samantha Das, my first question is to you because you've authored this wonderful research report which has actually very interesting findings. Looking beyond borders, 60 times jump. Why is it?
This report clearly spells out 2-3 things. Very important is why people are going abroad for real estate, for residential property purchase. As you said rightly, lifestyle change is the first priority on, that's what's being looked after, looked for, and that's very important. And then there are other reasons. For reasons of investment, in residential property, just for investment purpose, I think that's also one of the very, very important factors.
Is it happening because Indian real estate hasn't moved in the last 3 years, has been pretty static, and can you compare it for us?
Of course. I mean, the point is, if you take the top 5-6 countries, including UK, Cyprus, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, if you take, Dubai, the UAE.
They've given better returns than Indian real estate?
In the last 5 years, we have analyzed that. We have got around 49-50% 5 years, just basis your house price movement and currency exchange movement.
Mona, he touched upon this idea that yes, it's lifestyle, it's also investment. But why this sudden surge in the last 1.5-2 years of Indians wanting to look beyond India's borders?
It's no longer to do with only property investment, although what Samantha, the points he's raised are very relevant. You get higher capital appreciation, better rents. But people, I think, just prefer a better mode of life now. They don't want the headaches of infrastructure, of day-to-day stress of living life. I think we see the migration happening for a lot more reasons than just simply property.
Let me move to the people who are going to now sell me some property somewhere and convince me that, okay, come buy here. 3 reasons why Indians who have the money should be buying real estate in Cyprus.
I would say Cyprus is a paradise on earth. Really not because I'm from Cyprus, but I invite you guys, you come and stop by and we'll show you the real Cyprus. We're not just selling properties, like I said earlier, Marisha. We're just selling the lifestyle of Cyprus. It might be a small island in the Mediterranean, but everything is so easy. There's blue skies. There is 340 days of sunshine. You can have any kind of lifestyle you like. Within the city, up in the mountains, it can offer everything: sea, mountains, metropolitan lifestyle, whatever you want.
Okay, so
you can have
it's
it
a
there.
lifestyle. What is the price tag of that lifestyle? Now that's an important
Not much,
question.
actually, I would say. Okay, you can get a PR for just 300,000 euros plus VAT.
It's permanent residency, right? Okay.
Yes.
Jonathan Duncan. Is there a better proposition? Your country has been on sale for quite some time, isn't it? Real estate especially.
I think there's an amazing variety of options on the panel today. And I think, firstly, I'd like to say that the personal reasons to buy will vary as to where you'd look to end up between any of these countries. For example, in the UK, you can't just buy residency. So therefore, the driving factors as to where you end up are probably quite specific to each individual. But within the UK, price-wise, if you go outside of the major cities, there are full-on houses for £60,000-70,000. And you then go into the likes of central London, and if I take some of our developments, within the Berkeley Group, you're looking one beds will be between 1 million, 1.5, and two beds, 2 million plus, to get a prime central location. So there's a huge variety of what you're looking to get from that purchase, from that move. Again, is it for a permanent move or is it for a second home to avoid the monsoon seasons? In terms of second home, it is absolutely summer home. It's kids' education. London has probably some of the best universities in the world and is probably the best city to get such a variety of high-quality education, alongside then the cultural aspects of the shops, the theatres, the restaurants. And that's why Knight Frank, my colleagues sat alongside us here, have researched that it's the number one city in the world in terms of where the ultra-high net worths want to place their money.
You actually gave London number one city of the world? Maria, let me come to you.
Well, fortunately, Dubai also features in the top 20. So, but I think that's a really good point, actually, and to echo Jonathan and the Berkeley Group's comments. For us, what we're seeing with our clients across the globe, as a global business at Knight Frank, we are fortunate enough to be able to monitor trends in every sort of key global city. And for us, we're seeing that our clients really are looking to diversify their portfolios. So it's not just, the high-yielding assets, that's the main focus. They're looking for capital appreciation. They're looking at a diverse portfolio of assets. When our clients are looking at the portfolios, whether it's, a place in London, a lifestyle option in Dubai, somewhere in Cyprus, they want to make sure that in conjunction with their business travel, that everywhere's easily accessible. And I think that's actually going to be a very key component going forward.
So diversification. It's interesting, isn't it, Samantha, that, we are bashing real estate in India right now. Indian real estate is what I'm talking about. But you look at any high net worth individual, his portfolio or her portfolio is not complete unless they have a couple of really good real estate properties, either in the country or actually spread out globally. Why is that? I mean, are they smarter than a regular Indian HNIs? What's their thought process when they're putting aside so much money in real estate?
See, it's a status, it's a lifestyle, it's children's education coupled with investments. These are the 3-4 things that I strongly believe.
Children's education, Mona, come in here. Biggest luxury that Indians are spending on is the overseas education of their children. Yes. So that's the key here.
So we see the trend at Colliers. Many parents come to us to plan their investments even when the kids are as young as in the 8th standard, because then they have 4 to 5 years to build an asset, to have enough of a rental income overseas to fund their children when they go abroad to study. So the trend is catching on. And most of the people who come to us are the family wealth offices and the family business offices that come and help, understand from us how they can plan the way forward for the kids to study. So yes, that's a very relevant, motivating factor.
Mr. Oswal, very quickly, how hard or difficult is it from a legal perspective and just the paperwork, how do you move money, etc. today, compared to, let's say, 5 years ago to move to buying anything in any of these international markets we're talking about?
If you look at our 2 schemes, one is individual investing. We have today $250,000 per individual permitted, whether it is a minor or major, as the case may be. Per individual means if family has 4,
so
$1 million.
$1 million, right.
The issue is very interesting. It must be your own money and it should not be borrowed money.
Yeah.
So you can invest. But if suppose 4 persons are investing or taking out $250,000, then the property must be bought in joint names. You cannot buy one person's name property by funding from all the remaining 3.
Wow.
That will be violation of EMA. So that's a major issue. As far as companies are concerned, companies can, from Indian company itself, can invest into the real estate, as well as they can set up subsidiaries abroad and can invest. If you set up subsidiaries, it must be for a bona fide business purpose. And then you can invest into the real estate. There is no restrictions, absolutely. And interestingly, the limit for the companies is big. 4 times of your Indian company's net worth. So Indian company's net worth is say 100 crore, I can invest up to 400 crore abroad, no problem. But the question is, it must be for a bona fide business purpose.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Oswal. We've managed to get you some of your views, which are very critical in buying properties abroad. Mona Jalota, Samantha Das, thank you so much. Sophie, Jonathan Duncan, pleasure to have you with me here on this panel. And of course, Maria Morris, easy enough to pronounce, and we shared the first letters of our name. Thank you so much for joining me.